The achievement is legendary. American production agriculture has long been a renowned provider of the world's food, feed, fuel, and fiber. The demand for these basic needs will continue to grow. There is a group of businesses that's committed to meet the crucial needs of farmers. The American retailers that supply the country's farmers with $35 billion annually in crop inputs and services. These are the kinds of businesses that are members of the Agricultural Retailers Association, the ARA.
Ours is a farm supply business serving 2,500 growers in the inland northwest prairies of the Pacific Northwest.
We're a locally owned business, a family business that has been in operation for over 50 years.
Meherrin's a regional crop protection and input provider to growers.
Nichols Ag is a small independent with 2 locations, southeast Iowa, corn, soybean country.
We're a producer, contract grower, and conditioner of soybeans, wheat, and rice. We're ag retailers. We focus on full-service business. We're very strong in agronomics.
These are the kinds of businesses that are members of the Agricultural Retailers Association. Today, in the volatile and highly competitive global economy, America's ag retailers face many business challenges. Their business interests and even their ability to make a fair profit also face political challenges, federal legislation and regulations that are sometimes one-sided and unfair.
When I put my head on my pillow at night, I think about the things. Is somebody out there looking out for me, whether it's legislation that doesn't make any sense environmentally.
That's why ag retailers are joined together in the ARA, their voice of reason in Washington.
So I'm really counting on ARA to take care of me in spray drip, and it's a really big deal to me.
As the national advocate for retailers and in partnership with state ag organizations, the ARA Public Policy Team meets throughout the U.S. with government officials.
Very important to have your voice heard, be that in my office or be that in some congressman's office. We need to be sustainable in agriculture, not only environmentally, most importantly economically, but then also socially.
The ARA's education of agency officials and congressmen often makes it to the House of Representatives and Senate debates as an advocacy for the ag retailer's position.
The member offered last year would ensure that agriculture transporters would continue, that's the important part, would continue to be exempt from hours of service requirements when operating within a 100-mile radius of their point of origin during the very busy and at times short weather-restrained planting and harvest seasons of the year.
The ARA's recent advocacy efforts are saving its members millions of dollars.
We spend, to do a security at a location, we're spending about $25,000. And so if we can get part of that back, that's huge for us as ag retailers. The hours of service legislation, the security tax credits, those are huge to us as ag retailers.
Successes like those are why the ARA Public Policy Team continuously and closely works with members of Congress and federal agency officials.
With the ARA help in that partnership, it gives us additional voice, additional push, additional help. It helps us educate other members of the Senate and the House.
It's important to remove tariffs so that product can move freely to the most efficient producer and to the consumer at the lowest price.
Get involved with your state and your national issues. If you don't, you can suffer the consequences, or if you don't, we will not get things done that we need to get done.
We definitely have to have legislation that's going to make it easier to do business, not harder. And right now, that's one of my main concerns. I'd like to see these tariffs removed from fertilizer.
They believe you. And so if you come on board and help me and help others like me who share mutual interests, that's the key to it. That's the key to ARA.
The Agricultural Retailers Association is a voice of reason for its members' interests. After all, as the suppliers to America's farmers, ag retailers must continue to be a strong link in the American agricultural economy. That's why the ARA commitment is to be the association of strength. The ARA's commitment is also to provide its members strength by association.
But I can tell you through 25 years of experience that if you're not in Washington speaking for your segment of the industry, you're going to get a lot of what you don't want in policy and regulations.
As your voice in Washington, the ARA is continually working to ensure that federal policies and regulations are in your best interests.
ARA has helped us for years in transportation issues. The restricted exemptions there give many of our plant and warehouse people the opportunity to run our trucks in the spring. If we didn't have that today, I don't know how we'd get the job done.
We look to ARA as a way to pool our resources and get things done.
Really, it just goes on and on for what the ARA does in representing our retail establishments. So,
besides being your voice in Washington, the ARA tries to ensure the election of legislators who are good listeners to the ARA's positions. In fact, for the 2008 federal election, the ARA contributed to 61 candidates' campaigns, resulting in an 88% success rate. ARA member services include direct access to the ARA staff for technical assistance with legislation and regulations, up-to-the-minute news in the ARA newsletter, alerts about legislation and regulations that need members' direct involvement. The ARA's Excellence in Management Initiative is a premier educational program that helps members train all levels of personnel in ag retail management. And unlimited access to a wealth of information in the ARA website. The annual ARA Conference and Expo provides highly educational sessions. With timely updates and insights from industry leaders, there's time to learn what's new from exhibitors. And of course, there are opportunities to network with other ARA members. What's the bottom line value of ARA membership?
In today's political climate, it has never been more important to have ag retailers have a strong voice in Washington, D.C.
We have made so much headway working together, ARA being an integral part of the process. We, the people of agriculture, pulling together to tell our story. It is such a strong, positive story of dedicated stewardship, of increasing productivity, of making a difference for those remarkable people who are dedicated stewards of the land, the farm families of the United States. It's pretty awesome being a part of that business of producing safe, healthy foodstuffs for people around the world.
The ARA's commitment is to be the voice of reason for its members' interests. Let your voice be heard in the Association of Strength.